Good morning. Can't really see me all that well. You're balanced on top of a little tiny lid. Um, so just wanted you guys to join me on my morning a little bit. I've been up for quite a while. It is currently almost 8 o'clock, and I currently am going to be doing some food prep. So mostly just like putting stuff away. I tend to do this a lot because it calms me, I think. And two, I like chopping things. Sorry about the lighting situation. It's just let me see if this is actually different. Hold on. Is that better? Well, not gonna go over there and change it now. But I wanted to, while I was chopping vegetables, and the reason why I turned on my camera is because I wanted to talk a little bit about religion, spirituality, and a little bit of the LGBTQ community. So I've been watching a lovely man by the name of Mr. Atheist for, I think, like a week or two now. I just discovered his videos from the Chris Hansen, it has been longer than that, because that was a few weeks ago. But, Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, which, I love To Catch a Predator, I love you, Chris Hansen. I don't have a whole lot of information on Onision, but, man, I'd love to come on there and shit-talk him with you. That would be great. I know quite a little bit of detail just because of Stevie and everything, but why would you want me on there when you could just have Stevie Wolf on there? Anyway, back to the main point. I've been watching some of his content, Dear Mr. Atheist, when I first saw him on Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. And, ooh. Mr. Atheist, you seem like a very nice, genuine person. I love your Jesus look. It's very ironic, and I don't think you mean that to be. But something that I was thinking about is, like, he's talking about, like, not dismissing, what would you call that? Essentially proving things wrong with science. And me, I have always had this idea of, like, I was raised in a semi-Christian household. It was never, like, pushed on me. My grandma was always, like, really into Joyce Meyer. But for me, it was never that big of an issue unless you were talking about my dad, who would say things like, girls don't kiss girls and boys don't kiss boys. Like, I heard that once growing up. And I was never told to wait until marriage. My grandma just told me, well, boys don't want no hoochies. I'd be like, all right, Grandma, well, I'm really interested in boys right now, and boys are icky. But I heard that a lot throughout growing up in my life. I'm going to get a paper towel. I heard that a lot growing up in my life, like, not save yourself for marriage, but don't sleep around because you might not, don't get careless, you don't want to sleep all around all the time. And I don't think she meant that by saying something like, oh, God's going to hate you if you sleep around. It was never like that. It was, you can get a disease, you can get pregnant, very, like, by the book sort of thing. And I think it's because of her past that she had that mindset. Now, when I say, religion and spirituality, I personally, and I believe, those are two separate things. Now, coming from a Christian household, I always kind of thought that there was some sort of higher being out there protecting me or teaching me some sort of lesson. And if anybody wants to, take this video and react to it and say, well, this is wrong, Gladly, please. I would love that, honestly. Because for me, and this is just my belief, is that for me, I will say it is a type of coping mechanism. It's a type of coping mechanism because, one, I never had a very good father figure in my life. I was raised in a very hold on, I'm gonna go get my tea. Fresh chamomile. Oh, it's so warm. Hold on a sec. That's good. Anyways, so, where was I? Oh yeah, so I never really had a great like father figure in my life. My mom was also never around, and for me to have this kind of a deist being, whatever, in my life, it gave me some sort of comfort out there to tell me, you're not all the way alone. I'm going through this with you. But that fell out when I discovered my sexuality when I was quite young, but see, again, when I was growing up, that was never, like, discussed. Being gay was never discussed in my house. So I never really understood what that meant until I got a little older, and I got into middle school, and that was a prominent thing. I also was, I got my computer when I was around 13. So I kind of knew what that stuff was. And I actually remember telling a friend that was over, I was like, I think I might be gay. Because boys didn't really like me, and I also didn't like male genitalia at the time. And I didn't have a very good understanding of what boys and girls really were. I was 13. And, I knew I was attracted to women, though. I knew I was attracted to those things because I had seen porn. Pornographic imagery. And so, when those things came up in my life, when I got more in, like, my freshman-ish year of high school, no, I think it was 8th grade, like the end of 8th grade when I moved, that's kind of when I discovered, like, oh, the way I'm feeling is really not cool with the God that I was raised with. So, that being said, I should not believe in a higher power because he will hate me because I am gay. At least me thinking I was gay at the time. I am bisexual. I am very attracted to women, but I am with a man currently. And now that being said, I also come from a very destructive household, and I also blamed this being, this higher power, for the fact that, well, why didn't you save me in those times of need? Why would you let my dad, abuse and beat my brother and abuse and yell at me? Why would you ever do that to us? Why couldn't I have a mother and a father like other kids? I hated this God for a long time. For a long, long time. And I was also very scared of this God. This was a very frightening God. He will smite you. You will go to hell if you do not believe in his prayer. Now, my grandma's very religious. And she had to go through her own trials and struggles. And I asked her the other day, why did you keep believing in a God? And she said, that was the only thing I knew how to do. And that's the thing I want to talk about, is that spirituality and religion are two separate things, in my mind. Having spirituality is different from religion because I do not follow the Bible, the Bible. I do not follow the Quran. I do not follow the other one, the Torah. Yes, the Torah. I think I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments of how I'm wrong. I would love it. Anyway, so I don't follow any sort of book of how to live my life, except I do follow one book. And that is, now, this is definitely showing my anonymity, but I am in a 12-step program. I will not say which one. Actually, you guys know which one if you go back in my YouTube. But I won't say it right now. God, I get so sidetracked because when I just eat, like I ate my breakfast like not even like a half hour ago, and so it's settling in my stomach, and I just drank a lot of water, so I'm like, but trying to find it. It's coming. I swear. How are you guys today? Well, I'm trying to find my train of thought again. Oh yeah. But I do follow one book. And that book is, the 12 Steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. Now, my father is an alcoholic. And the way that I see this book laid out, it's literally just be a better person. Do what you need to do today. I read a 24-hour-a-day book where it does say God in it, but it doesn't mean God. It's this weird thing of like spirituality as opposed to, I feel like meditation. I do a daily meditation in the morning because I need that backup, that spirituality in me. Again, I was with a girl for 3 years. And I hated God. I hated the Christian religion. I hated religion. Because God is just a construct in our brain. We need this coping mechanism to get through our day every day. Some of us do. Some of us are atheists or just fuck off. And, well, not, they don't fuck off, but they just, they have something that's not that thing. They don't have anything. Yes, that is the thing. That is what an atheist is. But people out there that do have that, it's different to everyone. And I hated the religion part of spirituality. Now, you can have spirituality and be in religion. That usually is like the thing. But it's kind of like saying a goose is a bird, but not all birds are geese, You can be a spiritual person, but not have to live in that religious manner. I don't go to church. Sometimes I think, because I used to go to church every Wednesday just to get just to help with the food stuff, like we would feed the homeless and shit, and that made me feel good. But also I was really, really fat at the time, and I really liked eating the casseroles and cookies. Outing myself for religiousness. But before I would go to church, I would heavily sin. I had a girlfriend. She lived right across the street from the church, and we would bone right up until we had to go into church and do our community service. We would be boning the entire time. It would be nonstop. And we would shower, bone, maybe put on some deodorant, and head over there smelling like dirty old goose juice. That's gonna be my new thing, is goose juice. Anyway. So, when I broke up with my ex-girlfriend, we were very abusive, we were very toxic. But when I broke up with her, and this is a Christian church, mind you. A woman there that I respected and loved very much took me by the shoulder and said, God's very happy you're not on that sinful road anymore. And all of my self-worth left me. It wasn't that it was a bad relationship. It wasn't that I was unhappy. It wasn't that it was anything but she was a girl and so was I. I no longer felt accepted because of my sexuality. And I don't think that's right in the slightest. I don't think that being gay means that anyone should be less loved by anyone or anything. I feel like if a deer is gonna fuck off and tell you to fuck off, it doesn't care if you're straight, bi, gay, black, white, Asian. It doesn't matter if you got no legs. It's gonna tell you to fuck off. And I feel like that's how God is. My higher power comes in many different forms, but I feel like God doesn't fucking care. If there were to be this let's just say, like, the common look of God is this guy with a big ass beard and he's in white robes. Like, he doesn't care about what you do or what you look like, as long as you're a good fucking person. And even then, I don't really believe in an afterlife. I don't believe that, because you know what? In my 24-hour-a-day book, where it says a lot of God in it, yesterday is gone. It's out of here. You don't need to think about that anymore. So, you need to focus in the day. But what about tomorrow? Tomorrow never fucking happens. Focus for today. How can you be a better person today? How can you better yourself in the ways that you want to see yourself? My higher power takes in a form of a better version of me. I want to aspire to be this better version. I want to aspire to be maybe even like the biblical Jesus Christ, which I'm not very knowledgeable on the biblical Jesus Christ. I did not study the Bible in any way, shape, or form. I don't even think I've read one passage except for Cain and Abel, and I thought that was a cool story. Because that's all the Bible is to me. It's a bunch of different stories. And that's fine. You can take those stories and just live by example. Don't kill your brother just because you're a jealous asshole. You know? Don't. Maybe not Job. Don't take Job as a, I feel like Job got ripped off. Adam and Eve, like, don't disobey your godparent? I don't really know what that meant either. You're just supposed to submit, Eve, but fuck you. I will not submit. I like Lilith more. Lilith's a cool-ass bitch. She made incubi. And I like me some demon dick. Anyway. But, okay, going back to the main point. I don't think it's wrong to believe in a higher power. And Mr. Atheist has never said that. I'm not saying that he's ever said that in the slightest. But I really like his content. Let me get that out of the way. I really enjoy his content, and I keep watching his content. I have subscribed to him, finally. I always, like, just check out a bunch of different videos without subscribing first, and then I'm like, oh, wait, I probably should subscribe. And I noticed something in his content of, like, he's lived in this Mormon cult, and he's lived in this life of, you're going to sin if you have sex too early. You're going to sin if you do X, Y, and Z. And no, I don't think that that's right. I don't think that that's right in the slightest. But I also don't think that believing in a... And I don't think that Mr. Atheist believes this. I don't think that at all. Jacqueline Glenn, I don't think she believes this either. I think she's specifically said that it's fine if you believe in a religion, just be cool. Just don't force it on anybody else. Don't do that. Now, I would never force any religion on anyone. Because, one, I don't believe in any specific religion, and two, I've had that forced on me before, and that doesn't feel good. But I don't think it's wrong to... I don't think it's stupid to believe in a power greater than yourself. Because no matter it be Jesus Christ from the Bible, Allah, Morgan Freeman, there's always something out there. Science, technology. Stephen Hawking, God bless his soul. Science bless his soul. He was a power greater than me. There's always something greater than me. Even this fucking carrot that grew in the ground, and I bought a whole big ass bag of them, and I'm able to live my life because something out there made these carrots. It's a farmer, it's the ground, it's the soil, it's technology, it's science, but it's also this beautiful world that we live in. And now I'm in the coronavirus pandemic, mind you. And I feel like if I have grandkids one day, they're just gonna like see this and be like, Grandma, you were fucking weird. Be like, get me my teeth. Shut up and get me my teeth in YouTube. I don't really know what I'm blabbering on about anymore. I think it's just like me saying, literally, if you believe in a God, God bless you. If you don't believe in a God, bless you anyway. Have a good fucking day. If you're gay or straight or, you know, I see this a lot of like, well, what about straight people? They don't have any sort of representation. And maybe that's not true. I don't think, well, mostly like cringy LGBTQ community, they say stuff like that. Like, they'll be like, no, wrong people. People that are like against LGBTQ because they don't feel special. And I also don't, I'm bisexual. I like penis and vagina. If you got one of those, I'll bang you. People will be like, well, you're pansexual. I'm sorry. I don't care what you are. If you have a penis or a vagina, I'm gonna fuck you. As long as you're cute. And you have really nice personality. Also, I'm not into polyamory. But I don't think God cares about that sort of shit. He has... I think Bridge Terabithia said it best of like, why does he care that we go to church when he's made all this? What does it matter? He loves you. And I think at the end of the day, doesn't it just feel good to feel like something out there loves you? Whether it be your really, really ungrateful cat, Gravy, I'm talking to you, or your mom, your dad, this carrot dick, something out there loves you. And that's what gets me through my day. So, thanks for joining me while I cut. I'm not even done. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. All those fucking carrots are going to get chopped up. Not all the way. I just don't want them to go bad.